Have you ever been hurt at work, but felt like you weren't allowed to be hurt? Hey, love, I'm your CuteQ coach. If you've ever left a meeting feeling small, confused, or doubting yourself, this video is for you. You're not too sensitive. Something real may have happened. So many people tell me things like, it was just a joke, but it stayed with me all day. Or, I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt disrespectful. And a really common one is, if I speak up, I'm afraid I'll look difficult. These moments, these little paper cuts often have a name. They're called workplace microaggressions. And today, let's talk about them gently. Part 1. What are microaggressions? Think of them as small, often subtle behaviors or comments that communicate disrespect, exclusion, or some kind of bias. The tricky thing is, they are often indirect. They're frequently unintentional, which makes them very easy for the other person to deny or brush off. So, what do they sound like in the real world? Well, it might be a backhanded compliment like, wow, you're surprisingly good at this. Or a comment that singles you out, like, you don't seem like someone from your background. It can also be nonverbal. Maybe you're being interrupted repeatedly in a meeting, or you share an idea and it gets ignored, only to be praised minutes later when someone else says the exact same thing. Each individual moment might seem small, almost insignificant, but the cumulative impact is not. It builds up over time. Psychologically, microaggressions hurt so much because they attack our fundamental need for belonging. Your brain is a social organ, and it's constantly scanning your environment, asking, am I safe here? Am I accepted? Do I matter to this group? When these little negative messages repeat day after day, your nervous system can get stuck on high alert. This constant state of vigilance is what leads to chronic stress. It fosters self-doubt, making you question your own abilities. And eventually, it leads to emotional exhaustion. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's the natural result of emotional wear and tear. Part 2. Why are they so confusing and painful? Microaggressions are especially painful because they live in the gray area. They're ambiguous. This ambiguity forces you into a spiral of self-questioning. You might think, maybe I misunderstood what they meant, or am I just overreacting? Nobody else seems bothered, and you might look around and think, other people seem fine, so maybe the problem is me. This internal debate is a form of self-gaslighting. You start to invalidate your own feelings before anyone else even has a chance to. Over time, people who experience this regularly can stop trusting their own perceptions. And that is one of the deepest harms because your inner compass starts to feel broken. So if you have ever questioned yourself after one of these moments, if you've ever felt that twist in your gut and then immediately told yourself to get over it, please hear this clearly. Your feelings are valid. Your experience matters. What you felt was real. Part 3. How to respond with care for yourself. The most important thing to remember is that you are in control of your response. So, step 1 is to simply name it internally first. You don't have to confront every single comment or action. The first and most powerful step is to simply acknowledge it to yourself. To say, that didn't feel right, or that was a microaggression. Just naming it for yourself restores your self-trust and validates your own reality. Step 2. Choose your response level. You have options, not obligations. You don't always have to say something. You might decide to ask a curious, non-confrontational question like, I'm not sure I follow. What did you mean by that? This can invite the person to reflect on their words. Or you might choose to state the impact calmly and directly. For example, when you say that, it feels dismissive to me. Or you can absolutely choose not to engage at all to protect your own energy. Remember, silence is not weakness. Sometimes it is the strongest boundary you can set. Step 3. Ground yourself after the interaction. Microaggressions trigger your body's stress response. They can put you into fight, flight, or freeze mode. So after it happens, It's crucial to bring your nervous system back to a place of safety. You can do this by taking a few slow, deep breaths. Maybe get up and move your body, walk to the kitchen, stretch your arms, and gently remind yourself of your own truth. I am capable. I am worthy. I know who I am. Regulation always comes before resolution. Settle your body first. And step 4, build your emotional allies. Healing from these experiences doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's so important to find someone who gets it. This could be one trusted colleague you can vent to, a mentor who can offer perspective, or even a safe space completely outside of work, like a friend or a therapist. Simply being heard and believed by someone else is powerful medicine. It reminds you that you're not alone and you're not crazy. Part 4, a loving truth about your worth. I want you to hold this close. Microaggressions say absolutely nothing about your value. They don't define your competence, your intelligence, or your worth as a person. What they do reveal is the other person's discomfort, their unconscious bias, or larger systemic issues at play. They are a reflection of the outside world, not a reflection of your inner self. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to have a voice. You do not need to shrink, over-explain, or apologize for your existence. So let me gently ask you, have you ever experienced a moment at work that made you doubt yourself, even briefly? You don't need to share any details you're not comfortable with. Just share what feels safe in the comments below. And if this video helped you feel seen or understood in any way, please leave a little heart emoji. It helps tell YouTube that this is a kind, healing space where conversations like this are needed. I'm your CuteQ coach. You deserve dignity quietly and always. I'll see you in the next video.